So do this Fredo shit. Cam going up against me is like Fredo going up against Michael Corleone. You never believe a liar when the liar calls someone else a liar. It's just like an oxymoron. You know what I mean?
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about some serious hip-hop drama. Camron and Mase, two legends, are now going at each other. And this time, it is not just jokes. It is not just small shots. Camron is clearly upset. He says Mase is lying. He says Mase is using his name for attention. And he says this whole situation feels fake and personal. This is crazy because these guys have history. They made music together. They were friends. So how did it get this bad? Let's watch what Cam said first. Listen closely to his tone.
Oh, man.
Yo, what the fuck?
Well, that's what bothered me. I'm like, yo, you gonna try to make my children uncomfortable to make me uncomfortable? That's what a flea does, not a fly guy. A little nasty, disgusting, dirty flea. And that's why homeboy calls himself Flea, Fredo Flea.
Yo,
I'm too old to be fighting. But from what I know about Cam, that's not him. He doesn't fight. He's not a physical guy like that. Pause. And, you know, that's a low life fight. He's a Stugats. That's what we call guys like him. When you start off honorable and end up unhonorable, and you go to the other side, he was Stugats. So that's also his new name, Stugats, or Fredo, or Cameo. But he's a Stugats. You've been around honor, you know honor, but you choose the other side, meant you was always on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? For real.
Yo, you think I don't feel bad that niggas having nightmares? Listen, man. Yo, listen, bro. I don't want to do this to people. Like, yo, for you to wake up and I ain't say niggas' names or people's names and they just bring my name up randomly out of nowhere, you be like, huh? When niggas be saying that shit to me, I'll be like, still? Man, it gotta be slow. It's slow out there, man. It's a drought. I ain't know it's a drought. It's slow, man. Get the algorithm, say my name, get the algorithm jumping, nigga. It's all good, I ain't even knocking it. But I do apologize if I'm wrong. I don't know. A lot of times when I'm wrong, that's the whole problem with it. I just don't know. You know, sin is one of them niggas that think I want them niggas talking about, yo, I ain't shoot you, you ran into them bullets. I ain't that nigga. I ain't that nigga, man. Come on, bro.
Why is everyone that talks so much so sensitive when you say their name, but they can say everybody else's? It's clown shit.
Picture perfect world, that's why.
Stay over there, B. You one of them now. You know? Charlemagne's and these type of people, and Vlad. This nigga had Vlad on his show. That's when I knew something wasn't right. Steve Stout, Vlad, like everybody, but none of his homeboys. Just niggas that we beefing with us. And then he turns on us. Pause. And then now he's Fredo Stugats.
I do want to issue an apology, though, that without putting hands on nobody, without nobody physically getting harmed, without me doing any damage to anybody, family, or anything like that physically, that I mentally torture these niggas, man. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I do this to these niggas. That it goes on for months and years. That I mentally abuse you by just being me. It's mental abuse seeing me, huh? It is, huh? Me and my big $60,000 teeth.
If something's too perfect, that means it's completely wrong.
Yeah, everybody wants to be picture perfect all the time.
Exactly.
It's not a perfect world.
At all. Anything that's picture perfect is spooky because it's scary. It's a lie.
All right, you heard that. Cam is not calm. He sounds frustrated. He even laughs while insulting him, but you can tell it's serious. When he says a liar calling someone else a liar, that is the key moment. That is the headline moment. He is saying, "You are not honest, so don't talk about me." And then he starts calling him names. That shows this beef is emotional now. He also brings up media people. When media names get involved, that means this is not just personal. It is public. It is internet drama now.
All this is, this 6-7 minute dialogue that we having is 3 weeks for him. I see how it works now. I see, he'll chop it up, respond, go on all the dialogue, shout out to all the dialogue. And yo, Kim is like, yo bro, I've never seen a nigga that I would have had genuine love for try to discredit somebody's character so bad for the algorithm.
If 50 came to Cam months ago before we were beefing and brought up Paid in Full and even offered the position of doing anything with Paid in Full without telling me, if I'm not the first call, then he's a sucker to me. Because I know if 50 came to me and said, I'm doing Killer Season without Cam and would you want to be a part of it, the first call I would make, even if we beefing or not, I would have called Cam out of respect. But that's called backdooring your friends. And you never backdoor your friends. Pause. You know, the thing I said about him and Big L, that shit was true. I put that on everything. I'm not gonna just make that shit up. But it did happen. I'm sure L told people. I was on my way to the hill, me, him, and Big L. And I made a left on Amsterdam into a checkpoint, and I didn't have a license. But at that time, they didn't really always lock you up, but they sometimes did. So I was like, yo, I think I can get out of this, but I'm just letting y'all know I got 3 bricks in the car, but I'll wear it. Cam started crying, man.
You never told me about you and Big L and Dame being in the car.
Well, yeah, yo, I seen that. I didn't know me, Big L, and Dame was in the car together.
And he told us right then and there that he would put himself in PC. Dad, I'm putting myself in PC. Me and Big L like, what? What?
I didn't even know that me, Big L, and Dame have ever been in the car together.
Oh man!
You know what's crazy? I was going to save that for my show because I didn't want to get into this.
So we went to the side and was like, you know, afterwards we were laughing, but we were like, I was like, I will never hustle with him. He's a ball player and he does music. So I never really, he's a civilian. But you can't be saying you the best that ever did it in Harlem and you never sold drugs. And if you had to go to Ohio after you was a rapper, that's not the best that ever did it. How dare you say some shit like that?
Nah, I'm gonna say for totally, but I didn't know that nigga was such a liar. Like, you know how your man is your man, so you probably don't be annoyed. Like that's your man. You be like, nah, you just hate us woman. I didn't know this a lot like that, man.
But there's a lot of things that he probably is scared I'm gonna say, which is why he's trying to discredit me all of a sudden. But I can tell you right now, that is illegal. You can't call somebody a liar that's not lying, especially when it comes to business. And that's another thing, you know?
Yeah.
First of all, let me tell you something. And last time I say talk Flea, but Mase no.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, bro. Big L is not your man. This whole shit don't even make no sense. First of all, I'll say this real quick because we got to move on. Me, you, and Big L going to get drugs or riding around Harlem don't even sound right. Big L didn't fuck with you. I tried to plug you into Big L when you wanted to sign him when he started his own label, Flamboyant. And y'all was trying to sign him. But Big L brother, Big Lee and Reg, they didn't like you. If you had 3 bricks in the car, or you was on the way to get 3 bricks in the car, on the way to get bricks, whatever fucking lie you told, story you told, you wouldn't have made it home. Big L lines niggas. Mase, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He lied me. So,
Yo, Big
you
L.
got a point there.
That's right.
Yeah, you quick on your feet.
Big L lines niggas like barbers, my nigga. You wouldn't have made it home, my nigga.
And the only thing I'm always lying about is something that no one else saw if that person's not on this planet.
Stop that, yo, it's really, you going out bad, bro. Stop lying, my nigga. Me, you, and Big L have never been nowhere to get no work or had no work or stopped in a checkpoint or nothing, my nigga. You going out bad, but I'll trust it on talk with Flea Murder. But yeah, man, you might need to say a prayer for me.
Yeah.
Now this part is very important. Cam says something big here. He says Mase is using his name to make the algorithm move. What does that mean? It means say a famous name and your video gets views. So Cam believes Mase is saying his name just for attention. Then he talks about backdooring. Backdooring means doing business behind your friend's back. In hip-hop, that is serious. It is not just business, it is about loyalty. And then Big L's name comes up. When Big L is mentioned, fans listen closely because Big L is respected. Now fans are asking, who is telling the truth? Is this a real story, or is someone making things bigger than they are? This is where the beef gets deep.
To me, this has been one big setup. I will say that. I think this whole from the jump is a setup, bro. Dame is beefing with 50 Cent on the internet. I bump into 50 Cent. 50 Cent sees me and be like, Killer, what's up, nigga? Getting some money. You know how nigga, what you used to do back in the days, patting your pocket, you getting that money? Cool. Me and 50 good. We ain't got no problem. Dame calls me and says, yo, I seen 50. How you gonna let him pap you? This is verbatim what Dame said. I'm telling the audience verbatim. Yo, I seen 50, you and 50. How you gonna let them pap your pockets? That ain't Harlem.
Harlem niggas don't do the Pat Pat Club. When you see niggas from Harlem, just give them a pound.
You down with the Pat Pat Club?
We not in the Pat Pat Club.
How you down with the Pat Pat Club letting niggas pat your pockets?
Yo, why he giving you the Pat Pat?
I said, Dame, you crazy, whatever, man. However you want to say it's crazy, man. He says, me and 50 going through something on the internet right now. You mind if I bring that up and say that he was patting your pockets? I say, Dame, I don't give a fuck. Now, mind you, pause this story right there. If you gonna say something about 50 cents, what are you calling me for to get my okay if you're beefing with 50 cents? You shouldn't even have to call me about that if you're gonna be talking about 50 cents. Dame gets on the blog and says, yeah, and this nigga Cam let 50 Cent smack him on the ass.
50 patted him on his hips twice. He gave him a pat pat. So I'm like, yo, why you smacking Cam on his ass like that? Pause. Like what in this environment?
Not the Pat Pat Club, not the pockets. Which, Cam, that ain't Harlem. How you let a nigga smack you on the ass? But then again, what you supposed to do when a big strong come over and slap you on the ass? I'm like, bro, that's not what I agreed for you to say. So when he said it, I'm like, yo, why would he say that? I called and asked you. I asked you, could I say that? That's not what you asked, could you say? Because I wouldn't agree to that. I did not agree to that. But I didn't say anything. I ignored it. I ignored the whole shit. I just didn't pick up the phone for the nigga because I'm like, so now after that, he does another interview.
And you letting 50 smack you on the hips? And y'all chilling? Something must be going on. A Harlem nigga never lets anybody smack him on the hips, on the ass. Not even in ball, be like, yo, stop, chill, don't smack me on my ass.
I've never known Dame to be a liar, but the way he was mixing the truth with the lies, bro, that's really, really, really disappointing to see how he was mixing the lies with the truth. And I'm like, bro, I ain't know this nigga was a liar too. He never lied, man. Once I said I didn't like Honor Up, this nigga got personal. But to me, it was all a setup anyway. Bro, I ignored you for wild interviews, and then I say Honor Up is whack, and he go on this campaign.
Now we hear something else. Cam says this whole thing feels like a setup. When someone says a setup, that means they believe someone planned this. He talks about Dame Dash. He talks about 50 Cent. Now this is bigger than just two people arguing. When big names get pulled into the story, the drama grows fast. This is how beef becomes viral. More names, more emotions, more reactions. And when humiliation stories are told, that makes it even more intense. Because now it is not just about music, it is about respect.
And what you'll notice is people trauma bond. So, Fredo's been through it with me, and Charlemagne and the whole Breakfast Club, and now they're all trauma bond buddies. Pause. And again, I don't want to get you involved, but as a man, I know I've always taught you, somebody hit you, you don't even, what did I teach you about getting swung on?
Swing back.
Don't even think about it since the day you was born, right? So, Fredo getting punched in his face by somebody and not swinging back, doesn't address it, beefs with his homeboys, but doesn't beef with the people that actually put hands on him. It's a reflection of the man. So Charlemagne's got punched in his face and ran, and so did Fredo. Fredo didn't run, but because he didn't defend himself and thought because he's hanging out with a bodyguard that he would get a bodyguard, which is our cousin, he ended up just becoming demasculated, and it doesn't seem like he's been the same ever since. But the point is, you see how that affects someone when they get punched in the face? and they don't punch back, it will bother them for the rest of their life.
I hate repeating how this started. I didn't pick the phone up. All I did was not pick the phone up, and you keep going on the internet looking for internet sympathy.
And if you're beefing with a man and you call him Curtis, but now you work for that man and you call him Fifth, and you go say things like, I can't do anything till Fifth handles his business and comes back.
So when I be hearing niggas be telling me like, yo, nigga said your name, I'll be like, still? Not just day, I'm just talking about other niggas. I'll be like, yo, still? Nigga, I got nothing to do. Go ahead, bro. I just don't.
Because maybe we trying to get to the root of the problem. We got to find out why. You don't want to know why they still talking about you? You don't never want to, you don't care?
No.
This part might divide fans. Cam talks about if someone hits you, you hit back. Some people believe that is real. Some people think that is childish. But what this really shows is pride. Cam believes in a certain code, a respect code. He feels like Mase is not following that code. That is why he feels betrayed.
And also, even down to this journey with my teeth. You see, I walk around, take pictures. I'm seeing them take pictures and videos. I'm like, what are these niggas, 7 years old?
Sorry.
Are we missing the joke?
Nah, but we know niggas who teeth just be falling out, so I don't
They
don't
just
say-
falling out of their mouth.
Okay, let's talk
Like
about
they
that.
didn't even have like trauma. Like they're not.
No, they're in the middle of a conversation, and then they be like, yo,
It's a plastic tooth. Okay,
That's what I'm saying,
okay.
literally.
So then they need to start looking at implants.
Obviously, I don't care the way it looks because I'm the one that gets the picture taken. I think that shows strength.
Yeah.
I think people should show every single angle of them. Not the made up one, but the one of who you really are. It's a very transparent society we live in now because of all the social media. So there's no reason to hide.
Now let's talk about the bigger picture. Why did he bring up teeth? Why did he talk about being real? Because in beef, people attack image. Cam is trying to show, I am confident, I am open, I am real, and he is trying to paint the other side as fake. This is not just about facts anymore. This is about narrative. In today's world, whoever controls the story wins. Cam believes Mase is changing the story online. He believes Mase is making him look bad. And that is why he used the word a liar. That word is powerful. Calling someone a liar is not small, it attacks their character. So now the question is simple. Is Mase really lying? Or is this just two old friends who are hurt and emotional? Because sometimes when people were once close, the arguments hurt more. And when the internet gets involved, everything becomes bigger. One interview becomes 10 clips. One comment becomes a headline. And now fans are picking sides. So I want to ask you, do you think Cam is right? Do you think Mase is using his name for clout? Or do you think Cam is overreacting? Let me know in the comments.
One of my issues with Fredo, just to pivot back, and I keep saying I'm done, but I keep doing it, but these points keep coming up. Whenever you have a problem with a man, you talk to that man. You don't talk about that man, you talk to the man. Especially if the man is willing to have the conversation. But this whole issue is because this dude is ducking a fair one, a verbal fair one. But either way, that's not the example that we want the younger generation to lead or see. If you have a problem with someone, you talk to them, period. It avoids a lot of problems. Men speak. Men, even if I know it might be a difficult conversation, you still have it. As long as people don't get overly disrespectful, especially when it's someone that you love or someone that's looked out for them, you gotta give them grace.
Drop a comment right now, Team Cam or Team Mase, and tell me what beef you want next. And remember, in hip-hop, words travel fast, but receipts travel faster. If this really is about loyalty, the truth will come out sooner or later. Because when legends clash, somebody's story always cracks under pressure. This isn't just entertainment anymore. This is pride. This is history. This is reputation on the line. And once a liar gets thrown into the mix, there's no going back to friendly vibes. So stay locked in, because if Mase responds, this situation could explode even bigger. You already know we'll break it down first.